Hey guys, and welcome back to another crafty tutorial. I am Megan from meganplus5.com, and you are on day 8 of DIY Christmas ornaments. So I will leave in the description below everything that you'll need to complete this. So the wood that I'm using for this is just a scrap piece of 1x2. This is the wood that I use to frame the pieces that we sell on online in our Etsy shop. And then I'm just doing a faux stain on it. So I'm taking some brown acrylic paint and I'm taking a wet wipe because it was already wet and it's just what I had on hand. And I dipped it in the brown acrylic paint and then I just kind of rubbed it all over the piece of wood and then I wiped it off as I went. And then I just kept doing this process until it was the darkness that I liked. And then I did the same process using some white acrylic paint because I wanted it to kind of have, I don't know, like a farmhouse rustic look to it. And so I will say, I used the wet wipe on this part and I wasn't super happy with it. So then I just went back through and I just used my fingers and then I did the same process. I rubbed it on there and then I kind of wiped it off a little bit here and there with the wet wipe. And I just did that until I was happy with the way that it looked. And then I want to add too that I did mine so that it had a really uneven color to it. So I wanted some areas to be like really bright white and then I wanted others to be super faint to where you couldn't even tell that there was even any white in that spot. And then I picked up some small wooden stars and I believe I got these from Michael's, but I will leave a link of some that are really similar on Amazon that you can get. And I just painted the whole thing yellow. I painted the sides of it and both the front and the back. And for the tree, I used 2 different colors of green, and then I just use a rounded tip brush. And then when I did the brush strokes for the tree, so I started at the bottom, and then I swiped up, like from the outer edge and then into the middle. And I just did this process going all the way up to the tip of the tree. And the sides, whenever I was painting mine, are totally uneven. And you can clearly see that here, like they just weren't even. But it's okay. If yours look like that, you can fix it. Just keep swiping your brush up until you're happy with it. And honestly, it's handmade, so it doesn't have to be perfect. And then I wanted mine to look like it had some snow on it, so I just used some white acrylic paint and I did this same process, but I didn't go all the way into the middle. I just kind of did like halfway up swipes on the branches, and then I did that on both sides. And then I just kind of randomly added some green, like darker green and lighter green throughout, and then I just added like a little brown base to the bottom. And then I added a 3/4 inch screw eye to the top so that I could hang the twine through it. And once the top portion of your tree is dry, you can add the star. So the bottom portion of my tree wasn't dry yet, but the top was, so I went ahead and glued the star on, and I just used hot glue and then I held it on there until it was secure. And then I cut a piece of twine and looped it through that screw eye and then just tied it off. And just be sure whenever you're tying it off that you're not pulling on the twine so that you're pulling on the screw eye, because that could completely pull it out of there and like strip that hole where it was. So whenever you're pulling it, pull the actual twine itself and then like the knot above it. Well, I hope you enjoyed day 8 of DIY Christmas ornaments. If you do, please be sure to give it a thumbs up and don't forget to hit that subscribe button. And also follow me on my blog at meganplus5.com for even more DIY craft tutorials. Thanks so much for watching, guys. Bye.